Hey guys, my name is Yebs.
My name is Yebs.
And welcome to my walkthrough using Alt-1 for Elite and Master clues. We're going to be looking at both of these clue types today, showing you how to do the different steps for each of them, the different puzzles and such, using Alt-1 so that you can make it much faster and you can make absolute bank doing these. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have a meerkat. This definitely is super important. If you are just right clicking and digging on the clues, you're going to have to fight a lot of wizards, and the higher the tier, the longer they take to kill, and it will waste a ton of time for you to kill these guys. So I guess I just want to talk about my screen setup real quick right here. I have a gigantic map, right? This is really helpful to me because I can click a long ways away, and it almost lets you AFK to a degree. If you just click, clear up here at the Goblin Village, I'll just take off running all the way up there and I can, AFK for 20 seconds or so. I do like having this home teleport little tab. I like to have it right next to my Alt-1. As you see here, when we do one of these directional ones, it's really helpful to triangulate. So triangulate means we're going to kind of figure out where a location is by going to different locations that are perpendicular to each other. So in this case, I like to start usually at the Falador lodestone, simply because it is pretty much smack dab in the middle of this entire Runescape landscape. So I like to start here, and by kind of going to the same location each time, you learn directions really well. Like I have a good idea of where this one is simply because it's directly east. Anyway, so what you're going to want to do, and this is I think where Alt-1 gets the name, you right click on this home teleport and this will show you your last lodestone that you went to. If you hover over this like I am right now and you click Alt and then 1, it will populate this Alt-1 program with the Falador lodestone. You click this, it will, if we look on here, draw a red line across that mimics exactly where this directional arrow is going. I like to usually click show known locations as well, because this kind of helps show you the potential spots along the landscape where it could possibly be. So in order to get the best estimate, as you see, it could be anywhere, right? This is pretty, on this x-axis, it's very long ways. Like it could be here, it could be here. To have the most pinpoint location, we're gonna want to try to get it perpendicular line. So I usually like to do the bandit camp lodestone in this case. I'll hop over here right now. As you see, I have quite a few lodestones here. Keybound, it kind of helps me to triangulate. So this is pretty good, not 90-degree angle, but pretty close. And if you, once again, hover Alt and 1, it'll populate the lodestone. We click the lodestone button and we have now 4 options. So we know for sure that it's in the Mortmire Swamp here. We know it's not going to be far left here. We had those potential locations here before, but now we have a much more specific set of potential spots. So I know that it's going to be this spot right here because it's very close left. Oh, there it is. All right. So as you see here, this little dot is actually a scan. So it'll say start scanning, and that's kind of how you know which type it is. I usually will teleport out of these kind of places where you can't lodestone from. For instance, right there, I was getting attacked by a ghast or whatever. So I usually come somewhere where I am not in combat to read. So this is the Khazari jungle. So we'll hop over there. And it's really important with scans specifically that you're going to want to have your sound on. If we look really close down here, you'll see that I have this ring around me, not the fairy ring, right? But this green ring that is kind of pulsing outwards. Right now I just have a 1 pulse, which means I'm quite far from it. It will increase to a 2 pulse, which means I'm pretty close, and 3 means that it'll start pinging on the map here exactly where the location is of the clue itself. So you want to get it to that 3rd ping, and then it'll tell you where it is basically. One important thing with the meerkats is that they actually add distance. So if we click this gold button behind, it's kind of annoying to click because you have to click on the side sometimes, but you'll click this and it'll update if it doesn't automatically update. So when you have meerkats, as you see here, it's a +5 range. So around this map right here, you see that there's a square. This shows you kind of the sphere of what would ping on your map. So this is basically where the three ring around you would be on the map. So if we don't have meerkats, it's much smaller. If we do, you can kind of see the difference here. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Okay, last thing, sound, definitely. You just want to have your sound effects on. I usually have a global mute otherwise, but hopefully you will be hearing a kind of pinging sound on my computer. If not, I apologize, but it is definitely loud when you do it. And it lets you know where they are. So I'll speed ahead right here. So right there, it just went to a double, and there's the triple. And as you see, it'll pop up on the map right here, and you run to the spot. Use your dig scroll. And also, if you guys, I mean, you guys probably already know this, but if you right click on here, right on your summoning familiar, and you go to select follower interaction, on your familiar, make sure you have special move highlighted and confirmed. And then you can actually drag this right here, and you can keybind it. So I have it keybinded on Q, so whenever I'm, you know, running to a location like this, I just will spam Q and I'll dig it up. It definitely saves a lot of time to have it keybound. You'll use it 1,000 times, I promise. All right, we have a classic one of these. I've kind of already explained this a bit in my hard video prior to this, but for a little recap, for instance, sometimes this doesn't populate C. It still says that I'm doing the scan. However, I'm not. You'll have to click this unlock any button, which is just the name of this gold button behind the words here. And it will start going, at least for me. I'm gonna stop this. In settings, I have the auto start after reading clue. That's super, super important for me because it will just start going quite immediately and you just hop right into it. But yeah, and then I also have the move interval sent to 0.25. I can go a bit faster, but definitely this is a nice comfortable speed for me where I don't have to stress too much. And if I accidentally misclick, I can still catch up. So you'll be able to go faster and faster. I remember when I was starting, I was like 0.8 or something, and I thought that was fast. So you improve over time, it's just natural. So those are my settings. Definitely make sure you're not using directional keys because that's just much slower. I did that in the beginning because I just didn't know any better, but now it's so much faster to click with a mouse. If I click unlock any, it will start going down. Sometimes also, as you see solved best moves here, when you click unlock any, it will continually during these 3 seconds, not in this example. Yeah, see, look, actually look, it went to 124. So it kind of tries to find the best method, and during those 3 seconds, it will keep trying to find the best method. So it found one that is, look at that, 122. So that just means that it's finding a better, quicker way. Sometimes when you're doing that, the unlock any button, it'll actually like save you 50 or 60 moves within those 3 seconds. I've seen it happen a few times where it's that many. Usually it's like 20 to 40, I'd say, and you're not gonna click 20 or 40 of these within 2 seconds or 3 seconds anyway. So I'd say it's totally worth it to just let that clock thing run down, as it'll save you time and effort. Anyway, that is a quick clue right there. Boom, we're done. And we got a clue. Here's just another directional, so I'm actually just gonna speed through this mega fast. All right, guys, we now have one of these, the Celtic knot. So we're gonna unlock again here, if it doesn't already, by itself. And it's as easy as that. It'll say exactly how many times you need to click on each one of these. So for instance, 1, 2, 3, and 1 sec, I want to say this, I did not know this in the beginning. You don't have to go slow, right? So I just waited for it to shuffle like that. 1, 2, you don't have to do that. You can spam click that snitch. So check this on the 7. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then just wait, and it'll go. You don't have to wait for each individual turn. You can just spam click it, and it'll kind of lag a second and then catch up. So if you're going to be doing this, you know, you could go a ton of times and it'll just go. You don't have to go 1, wait, 2, wait, 3, wait, because I did that in the beginning and it was super bad. Anyway, let's fix this real quick. And then you just unlock and you're good. All right, guys, so I do just want to say these are basic clues. Elites are long, right? They are very, very long. They take a lot of time, but as you see, they're very simple. There's only a few things you can have happen. You can have either the directional ones with the triangulation. We kind of showed you an example of that. And we also have the scan clues. We showed you an example of that as well. And then we've got these boxes with the slidey puzzles like I'm doing right now as we speak. And we also have the Celtic knots as well, which are also pretty dang chill. Those are super fast. I get excited when I get a nice stack of 10 of those in a row, right? Sometimes you'll just get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky, which people hate so much, and get 10 of these slider puzzles in a row, you know, every step of the clue. But overall, these honestly are very, very repetitive. I think that's why people hate elites, honestly, because you just are kind of doing the same 2 to 3 puzzles every single time. Oops, we need to go to Falador Lodestone. But yeah, so that's pretty much the basics of an elite clue. Alright guys, we are now back with a master clue. We're gonna do a whole thing. I'm gonna speed through it because holy cow, these things are a lot of steps sometimes and they can be kind of long. Alright, so we're gonna start with a scanning clue here. This is telling us that the heart of Gillinor. Alright, so what I usually do here is if we unlock any, right, it will, with the mini-map thing open, it'll show us all the different spots here. We can also do an overlay. It's huge, right? So what I do, because these are mostly the 4 corners, right, is I'll kind of walk like southwest like this. Okay, well, that was easy. I usually walk southwest, up, southeast, and then I'll do a loop around the top. Anyway, that's usually what I'll do here. All right, and we'll dig with the meerkats once again. Get our scroll box. I'm gonna teleport to a place that is probably safe because I hate getting interrupted. Anyway, this is a tower, and what you're gonna do is simply put in the number that is in the corner. So unlock any, and it'll put these numbers here like 1, 5, 2, 3, 4, and you're just gonna go through and click these. And solve at the end and you're done. All right, we got a Darkmire one. These are always one of the nastiest ones because you sometimes have to run a ways. All right, let's see what's next. All right, here is a lockbox, and all you're gonna do, once again, click unlock any if it doesn't auto-populate and put numbers by itself. But besides that, you simply click the tiles the number of times that you see here. So really, you can get moving pretty quick on here, and it's done. Some of these will just be speaking to people, and you pretty much just talk to them and then you get the step finished. So simple as that. Alrighty. Well, we'll talk to this guy. Yay, we're on the right track. That's good. Alright, once again, we talk to this homie. And give it back to him when you're done. And another clue. Oh, we gotta talk to that guy again. All right, and that was the end of the clue. So we got our clue there pretty easy. And that's a master clue. All right, guys, now this last one actually wasn't in the clue that we were doing an example of, but when we do have one that's at the Ark, we're gonna use our Ark journal to teleport over here to Port Sarim. We're gonna talk to Quartermaster here. And we are gonna click this button, and at least for me, I usually go to Wyco. That's my center point, you know, kind of how like Falador is my center point on the other map. You can right click Wyco on the map actually here, and this will actually populate the little ALT-1 over here so you can see the red line once again. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. There you go. So you can see the options now really easily here, and we can hop over and see where our arrow tells us to go. So I know here it's gonna be on Cyclosis actually, and Bob's your uncle. Anyway guys, just want to say thanks for watching this video. Obviously I don't always hit everything in these kind of walkthroughs, so if there's anything that you want me to add or explain further, make sure you comment down below, and I'd love to make more content, more videos, or more explanations or anything like that, just to make sure that you are getting the most out of these guides. So let me know. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching and checking out the channel. If you want to see me open clues, make sure you go check out my Time to Die series or my Get Rich or Die Trying series, doing hard clues and elite/masters. So thanks, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.